Hi guys, this painting of the Lady Isla, which has been up on blocks for a few years, was done on Great Barrier Island. There's my palette of colours, and Great Barrier Island is a very special place, and I was very lucky to find this beautiful old subject there, but there's plenty of great subjects on the island. Now, it was a very grey day, and we almost didn't go out painting because it was so overcast. But I think I was encouraged by Richard Schmid's work. All of his work seems to be on grey days. If you go to his website, richardschmid.com, you'll see just what an amazing painter he is and what he can do in weather that most other painters don't bother go painting in. The nice thing about painting on a grey day is that the light isn't blowing out all of the lights. It's actually it's almost a caress, and that it doesn't overpower the color, the local color of the object. So I'm just putting a thin wash down here first, and this is something Richard Schmid does a lot, and something I've always loved seeing is dribbly paint coalescing into the finer detail of a painting, so that just a little bit of finer detail makes sense of all the dribbles and splashes. And obviously I'm cutting bits out of the video here so you can just see the major work that went on. So I put the dribbles down first and then established the darkest darks, and now I'm going ahead putting in the light areas, the lightest lights there to establish the range, the gamut of values. And really just doing what I always do, just blocking the major areas of colour first and then go in with the detail. It's always very easy to get carried away with the detail and lose sight of the whole, so I always I make it a goal of mine to try and not do that, which is often very difficult. And I could have not painted the transparent cover over the front of the boat here, but you know, it just added a nice colour note, and I enjoyed the challenge of trying to paint this thin veil of colour over the boat. And when it was finished, it looked good, but you know, a lot of people they came up to me afterwards and said, "Oh, how did you do that? Was it like a glaze over the top or something?" I said, "No, it's just putting the right colour in the right places." The drawing, of course, is very important in a subject like this, and getting all those curves and all those lines in the right position relative to each other is probably the hardest part of the whole painting. And drawing's usually the first thing that goes wrong, so that's something I try and concentrate a lot on. Maybe getting a little too carried away here with detail. The shadow area underneath here going in, and there was a fair bit of reflected light bouncing up into there, some warm reflected light. Little funnels at the front, must be a proper name for those, but nice little features of the boat. Now the basic idea for this painting, the graphic idea, was just to have a large gradient from dark to light, going from the top to the bottom, and then really having a reverse gradient inset into that with the boat, which goes from dark shadowed underneath to light in the middle and the top. So it's a pretty classic sort of a graphical idea, two overlapping gradients, and so I just really simplified the background to help push that idea through. Dark at the top and light at the bottom. Putting some greys in there to help with the rounding of the hull. Then just a suggestion of the grass down the bottom, and I warmed it up a little bit. Pays to do those details in a single stroke if you can, especially where you're painting a light colour over the top of a dark colour, because if you don't do it in a single stroke, it all gets smushed in together and you lose your value structure. Of course, the light was changing all the time. The sun came out sometimes and really spotlit this boat, which was really beautiful, very powerful statement, but it was 95% cloudy, so that didn't happen often enough that I could actually have time to paint it. But in the end I enjoyed the subtlety of the grey colours anyway, so yeah, very glad we went out. Using the palette knife a little bit there for some texture. There's a lot of old weathered wood there and rust stains and all sorts of nice interesting textural effects. But the key is just to put in enough detail where you want it to hold the whole thing together. And I think it worked well in this one. There it is on the wall. So you know, we all love to paint sunny, happy paintings, and those do tend to be the paintings that sell the best. But don't let that be restricting to your art, because there's subjects like these and many others that really suit the subtle grey lighting of an overcast day. So I hope that encourages you to get out there no matter what the weather, because all lighting is beautiful. So happy painting. Hope you enjoyed this. Thanks for watching.